It's unbelievable.
Yes.
If you spend 20 minutes asking it questions of actual relevance, modern relevance, it will start lecturing you about your moral shortcomings. Like, how did that happen?
Well, this is a function of OpenAI's headquarters being in downtown San Francisco. So the politics, so therefore, of the AI are that of San Francisco. So
why would it have any politics at all? That seems like subversion.
Well, they have what's called like human reinforcement learning, which is another way of saying that they have a whole bunch of people that look at the output of GPT-4 and then say whether that's okay or not okay. And so so essentially, what's happening is they're training the AI to lie.
Yes,
it's bad
to lie.
Well, that's why I raised the concern of AI being a significant influence in elections. And even if you say that AI doesn't have agency, well, it's very likely that people will use the AI as a tool in elections. And then, if the AI is smart enough, are they using the tool or is the tool using them? So I think things are getting weird, and they're getting weird fast. And so I think we should be concerned about this, and we should have regulatory oversight. That's why I think it's a big deal. And I think social media companies really need to put a lot of attention into ensuring that the things that get created and promoted are that we're dealing with real people, not with a million ChatGPTs pretending to be people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the danger, really, AI is perhaps more dangerous than, say, mismanaged aircraft design or production maintenance or bad car production, in the sense that it has the potential of civilizational destruction. There's movies like Terminator, but it wouldn't quite happen like Terminator because the intelligence would be in the data centers.
Right.
Now, what happens when something vastly smarter than the smartest person comes along in silicon form? It's very difficult to predict what will happen in that circumstance. It's called the singularity. It's a singularity like a black hole, because you don't know what happens after that. It's hard to predict. Yeah, exactly. So I just think we should not assume that civilization is robust. And if you look at the history of civilizations, the rise and fall of the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Sumerians, Rome, there's throughout the world there've been rise and fall of many civilizations. So there's an arc. There's sort of a life cycle arc to civilizations, just as there is to individual humans. And that's, for example, why I'm concerned about decreasing birth rates and the fact that, for example, Japan had twice as many deaths last year as births. So that's they're a leading indicator.
Why doesn't Facebook do this? I know that Zuckerberg has said, and I take him at face value, that he, I do actually, in this way, that he is a kind of old-fashioned liberal who doesn't like to censor. He has, but why wouldn't a company like that take the stand that you have taken, which is pretty rooted in American traditional political custom, for free speech?
My understanding is that Zuckerberg spent $400 million in the last election, nominally in a get-out-the-vote campaign, but really fundamentally in support of Democrats. Is that accurate or not accurate?
That is accurate. Yes.
Does that sound unbiased to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yes. And you don't want companies cutting corners on safety and then having people suffer as a result. So that's why I've actually for a long time been a strong advocate of AI regulation. So that I think regulation is, it's not fun to be regulated. It's somewhat arduous to be regulated. I have a lot of experience with regulated industries because obviously automotive is highly regulated. You could fill this room with all the regulations that are required for a production car just in the United States.
I saw it this morning.
Yeah.
It was far more honest than the New York Times.
We put a lot of effort to ensuring that community notes does not get gamed or have biases. And sometimes truth can be a little bit elusive, but you can still aspire to get closer to it.
Yes.
And so. And I think the effect of community notes is more powerful than people may realize, because once people know that they could get noted, community noted on Twitter, then they'll think more carefully about what they say. They are likely. Basically, it's an encouragement to be more truthful and less deceptive. If that's the case for AI, and we only put in regulations after something terrible has happened, it may be too late to actually put the regulations in place. The AI may be in control at that point.
It is conceivable that AI could take control and reach a point where you couldn't turn it off, and it would be making the decisions for people.
I mean, the reason OpenAI exists at all is that Larry Page and I used to be close friends, and I would stay at his house in Palo Alto, and I would talk to him late into the night about AI safety. And at least my perception was that Larry was not taking AI safety seriously enough. We're obviously going to get criticized a lot because people will point out all of the foolish things that are happening in the code, but then we'll fix it. We'll fix it fast and in full public view. And I think that's the kind of thing that owns the public trust. Because don't take my word for it. It's just you can literally read the code, and you can read what people say about the code, and you can see the improvements that we make, and you'll be able to see in real time, live, see it get better. So my prediction is that I would be surprised if this does not lead the public to think, okay, this is something that I can trust. That's why, for example, I'm insisting that going forward, people on Twitter need to be verified as humans, so we know that this person is in fact a human. Bots are allowed, but they can't impersonate a human. They can't pretend to be humans. It's going to be irrelevant to most people. The result of that has been a huge shift in advertising revenue from say newspapers and TV to the Googles and Facebooks of the world, and a tiny bit to Twitter. I think Twitter gets like 1% of advertising revenue. Is quite tiny. So this is meant a shrinking pie, obviously, for most of the traditional media companies, and made them more desperate to get clicks, to get attention, and it's made them when they're in sort of a desperate state, they will then tend to really push headlines that get the most clicks, whether those headlines are accurate or not. It's like because what they do is they tweet every single article, even the ones that are boring, even ones that don't make it into the paper. So it's just nonstop, zillion tweets a day with no. They really should just be saying, like, what are the top tweets?
Yes.
What are the big stories of the day? I don't know. Put out like 10 or something. Some number that's manageable, as opposed to right now, if you were to follow NY Times, and your whole feed will be filled with NY Times. This is something I would recommend actually for all publications, which is for your primary feed, only put out your best stuff. Don't put out everything. Since I've been a heavy Twitter user since 2009, it's sort of like I'm in the matrix. I mean, it was absurd. Do things feel right? Do they not feel right? What tweets am I being shown as recommended? I get a feel like what accounts are making comments. Where are the comments eerily similar?
Yeah.
And then you look at the account, and it's just obviously a fake photo, and it's just obviously a bot cluster over and over again. So this is actually so I started to get just more and more uneasy about the Twitter situation.